Welcome back, guys. I am loving all the comments. I'm loving all the ideas you guys are having. We've got loads of stuff to get through in this episode. We're going to kick off with a couple of new mods that I've loaded up. One of which has been made especially for me. How about that? You know what? A lot of people keep asking about the mods, so let me run through the mods that I'm using. So, increased camera distance, doubles the distance so that you can zoom out. Smaller building footprints. I've only got this turned on for fortifications. If you turn it on for some of the others, it doesn't work. It breaks the game. The big D pack, that's just decorations. Town decorations, that's more decorations. Low and medium stone walls, that's more decorative walls. The tall house, that turns... that gives you a copy of the accountant's house. That's a house for 9 people. Armed and dangerous. That means you people can kill wild animals, which is awesome. Cheaper stone roads. They cost 1 instead of 4. Small stockpile. Small shed. More weight for villagers. They carry 4 times more. 100% faster terraforming. And this is the one that's been made for me. City School. This has been made by Witch Doctor. He sent me a message. He was like, I saw you made a comment in one of the videos. This is like a couple of videos back. That you didn't really want thatched roofs in your city, so I've made you a school that hasn't got a thatched roof. We'll go and take a look at that because I've put it in. In fact, you can see it just down there. And then I've added the Caravan extended mod, and we're going to be talking about that a fair amount. I've turned off faster people mod because it makes you people walk backwards and forwards and around in circles and all that kind of stuff. The free range livestock, this turns off fences on all buildings. If it was for selected buildings, I really like the fact that you can have like your chickens like wandering around the village like all over the place. But I do like the fences on some of the buildings. I wish it was more like you could just select which ones you want. Stone regrowth, I tried that, didn't seem to work for me. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'll do some more research on that. And this is just a blatant cheat. I loaded it up. I was hoping that it would add stone like into the mines as a resource, so that you could mine it. It doesn't. It just puts like if you press X, it'll put 2,000 stone into every mine, but already mined, which I kind of don't like that. And plus, I don't need to do that now because we're trading over here. That's a good point. I need some more ore. Let's buy some more. Go down here, ore, and sell firewood, and let's get like what do I want? Like 1,000 ore. That's going to cost me 2,500 firewood. Okay, done. And I've got a route set up over here to transfer ore from this building to a little depot. Yeah, a little stockpile down there. Right. Whew, man. Right, let's do school. Yeah, let's do school. So here is the new City School. Ignore the tooltip. He said in his... if you look on the workshop, it said, yeah, I've got the broken tooltip. But it works, and we've got people going to this school. And this thing will cater for 35 students. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. And what he's done is he's repurposed the healer's shop. This is the healer's shop over here. And he's just repurposed it as a school, which I think is brilliant. Awesome. So, Witch Doctor, huge thank you for that. That's sweet. And I thought, seeing as we've got the school, if I can get away from that tree, since we've got the school there, right, shouldn't they have a little playground? And we've got a nice little spot here. So let's give them a playground. Decorations, playground. Which way around do we want it? I probably want it that way around. So, there, yeah, I think there. Boom, in it goes. Right, that's that. Now, one thing I didn't show. Oh, it's raining now. Don't rain. I want to show the Tavern's beer garden. I don't want to show that while it's raining. Oh, well, I guess it is what it is. So here is the tavern at the top end of the market, and we've got the bathhouse next to it. We're going to be doing something there in a second, but that's very cool. But I want to show you the beer garden because I finished the beer garden, and have a look at this. How cool is this? I put a couple of barrels with lamps on to add a bit of light, and added a couple of lampposts, and then I put in some benches. I deliberately put that one at a slight angle, and doesn't it look like somebody's kind of just got up and just pushed the bench back and walked away, and it's kind of just got left there? I love that. Put some flower pots in around the place. A small one there and a couple of tall ones at the back. Just adds a little bit to it. And then I put in, because like I've been using these kind of like standard tables and benches. And then I thought, you know what? We should have like a premium spot, like over by the lemon tree in the back, because it gives the best shade. And I put in a sturdy table with some chairs. And I think that looks terrific. And on a sunny day, when you see the shadows being created, it just looks awesome. So there you go. That's the beer garden. You know, if the sun starts shining, we'll come back and have a look at that. But round here, now, let's see. The tavern. The tavern, obviously, you want to have a drink. Now, we need to start providing the... Good Lord, what a noise. You want to hear that again? We need to start providing the stuff so that they can actually like make some alcohol. And we've got grain being shipped up here, so the only thing we really need to ship up here is some oats. We could do that. I'll get around to doing that. You want to have a drink, you want to have something to eat, you want a bed for the night, you want to be able to take a bath. Got all of that. It's one thing you can't do. Number ones and number twos. So we're gonna sort that out. Let's speed this up to daylight so I can see what the hell I'm doing. There we go. Now we slow it down again. Oh, yeah. And then we'll go around the back and we're going to put in a couple of outhouses so that Now the thing is, like early medieval, right? You just go and crap in the street. It's like excuse me, where's the men's room? It's that tree over there, mate. But we're gonna kind of move into the later Middle Ages. And we're going to have some outhouses. So if we go over to... Now, where are they? I've got to... Oh, look, I think this is the best icon ever. It's a loo roll. Oh, and here we go. And these are awesome. And there's two models. One with the door open, so you can actually see it. Oh, that's so cool. And one with the door closed, like that. I think we're going to have, hopefully, the door open. Yes. So we're going to pop... one, and I want to leave that window exposed, so I'm going to pop one there and one there. Boom! We've got a couple of outhouses, and that's probably not going to be the last time we use that. Everything's kind of really coming together now. Before I start talking about the economy, which is going to be a big thing, it's why I've loaded the extended Caravan mod. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about. It's weird. Like normally with games, like I come up with some ridiculously huge plan and I have to scale it back because the game won't deal with it. In this game, I'm actually scaling up my plan, which is insane, but that's what I'm going to do. And the extended Caravan mod is going to allow me to do some of the things that I want to do. So what was I going to do first? Okay, look, yeah, let's get on to that. Let's get on, because I've forgotten what I was going to do, so let's get on to that. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to knock down the windmill, because I don't want the windmill in the fishing village. I want the fishing village to be very, very low rise. I've already taken out these two taller buildings, the 3-story mods, and lowered those, and that looks much better now. So we're going to get rid of the windmill, and we're going to put the windmills in more sensible places. I want to knock this down. So, demolish building. Boom. Bye-bye windmill. Now, where do we want the windmills? Well, I was thinking, wouldn't you want the windmills kind of like on some high ground? And we have got some high ground kind of up here. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to tell you about. I was going to tell you about this. Look, I've been working on this. You remember it took me like 5 hours to put that little section in? I've figured out how to do these sections now. I can do them really quick now. So I've already extended this out 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. And I'm doing them different sizes. So like this is a 5, this is a 5, this is a 3, this is a 7. Figured all that out. And I'm upgrading these walls so that they're taller than these ones. And I made this little mini gatehouse down here. So I've upgraded the gate on this side. Then I've put a couple of square watchtowers in behind, and then I've got a non-upgraded behind there. Whoops. And I need to create a little ramp going up there. Should we do that? Let's do that now. Ramp. I want ramp. And from there. Yeah. Actually, if I do it from there, that would be better. Do it down to there. And we'll just... Yeah, like I got the whole... Yeah, not quite. Like that. That'll do. There we go. Right. So, yeah, and... Like, the whole terraforming, like, is taking me ages. I mean, this took... To do all of that, that was like an all-day job. Recording that last video, which most of you thought was really boring. And you know what? It probably was. Like, to watch, it's kind of not that interesting. I love doing the terraforming, so I didn't mind doing it. And yeah, I've got to do all of this over here, which is like, I mean, there's a good couple of days work getting all of that done. But there you go. Right, windmills. So where are we going to put our windmills? I want to put the windmills kind of on some high ground. Now we've got a nice patch of high ground here. So I was thinking, yeah, right on top of here would be kind of perfect. Where's kind of the highest spot? Like pretty much here, I think. So, oh, now I've been doing a bit of terraforming. We may have to do a spot of terraforming to even this out. And I tell you what we could do. I know what we're going to do. I know what we're going to do, because that'll solve the problem. I'm going to create a hill. Okay, I've terraformed some hills to put some windmills on. Wait, you can see one's going to go there, one's going to go there, and I'm also going to put one over here. So let's get them banged in. So what do I want? I want windmill. And you can see I've created this kind of raised area. There's a bigger one over there. So this is going to go in facing this way, I think. Makes kind of sense. I must admit, I'm kind of tempted to rotate them slightly, but I think we'll just put them in without too much messing around. So that one's going to go there. This one, where will you go in? Well, you'll go in there, so that's where you're going. And then this guy is going to go over here. I want it on the kind of the highest part. So the highest part's kind of about there. So boom, in it goes. We've got 3 windmills. So, what's the plan? Well, the plan is I'm gonna put some little corn farms and whatever around the place. Currently, I've actually moved where we're growing corn. We were growing corn here, but that field's not doing anything at the moment, and I've switched the corn growth to over here. And the reason for that is so that it's a shorter route into the city where we're using most of the corn. But that's all going to change, because what we're going to do is we're going to grow corn, we're going to turn it into flour, and then we're going to ship the flour into the city. And this brings up the whole issue of like feeding the city and supplying the city, because I want all of the food growth done outside the city, and then I want to ship everything into the city, and then have like primarily trade skills going on in the city. And now I need to take my gatherers off and my farmers because it's winter. There we go. Look, I've got 74 people to do stuff with. Woohoo! Right. Well, they can get on and do some building for a start. So, there's going to be more building, because what I've decided is, and this has kind of always been the plan, that this would be kind of a way station. So, from out here, we'd shift stuff into here. And then from here, it'll be shipped the rest of the way into here. And that was the original reason for putting a caravan stables over here. So, what are we going to put in here? Well, funnily enough, we're going to need loads of donkeys. We are going to need seriously loads of donkeys. So, we're going to put in a donkey stables down here. Now, and which is great, because it's going to kind of open up this corner a bit, which is kind of nice. So, this is going to go in, let's see, I think there. Yep, boom. So caravan stables goes there. Now this caravan stables, I think, is just going to be responsible for distributing stuff like around the fishing village. And then this caravan stables is going to be responsible for shipping in things like the flour into here. The problem is we don't really have anywhere to store stuff. We've only got this tiny, pathetic little small shed. And I think that situation needs to change. So what we're going to do is we're going to repurpose this, because it's kind of not really doing the job at the moment. The smith, now that I've got this really big uber awesome smith over here, which is just so sweet, I love it. I did that. Seriously, that is just awesome. Love it in the winter. Now we've got that, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this. So we're going to go to here and we're going to knock this down, and we're going to knock that down. Right? Now, since we're knocking this down, there's a bit of hay and a bit of wood in there. Why don't I put, temporarily, why don't I put a little stockpile down? That would make sense, wouldn't it? Little stockpile. Let's put a little stockpile in. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock that down. I'm going to have a little stockpile over there. But like for now, it can just go there. That's fine. So that'll make it faster for them to move the stuff out of here. Alrighty. So we need that knocked down. We need that knocked down, and then I'm going to put in a castle barn here. And I'm actually going to move this woodcutter and have this woodcutter over here as well. So let's crank it up. Let's knock that woodcutter down, because it kind of makes sense to have the woodcutter in here, because we've got this is basically a charcoal factory. We've got all of the kilners in here, so it kind of makes sense to move the woodcutter in here. And I don't like the fact that he kind of, I don't know, I just don't like it there. So we're going to put him in here. I don't know whether we're going to upgrade it or not. We'll see. We might upgrade it, we might not. I'll just see how it looks. But we've got to get all that knocked down. So we need more builders. Let's get some more builders. Alrighty. I'm thinking we're probably going to need some more ore. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. How much do these need ore-wise? These are 170 apiece. So that's, what's that, like 345, like 510, something like that. Yeah, we got enough. And then we're going to need for the castle barn. We are going to need more ore. We are going to need more ore. Let's see what we got. We've got 1,800 to spend. Alright, let's buy a little bit more ore. So buy ore and sell firewood. I'm going to need more stone soon as well. Oh my god. So let's get like, I don't know, like an extra 400. That's 1,000. Yeah, that's fine. So, okay, deal, boom, done. Now I'll get shipped out. How am I doing for donkeys? My donkeys keep dying of old age. Somebody died from hypothermia. That's not good. Yeah, we've got firewood in here. See, this is one of the things. Our caravanners keep dying of hypothermia because it's such a long journey to some of these places that they're going to. I've got them going to this barn over here and stuff. Because I've got a whole bunch of routes set up now. Didn't want that. I've got 8 routes in here. We're shipping fruit from here down to the city. We're bringing up. I've actually got a couple of routes paused at the moment. This firewood and this charcoal. I'm actually shipping these vegetables in here back down to there because this was too full. I can actually pause that one now. So let's do that, and then we're going to talk about the extended caravan mod and how it works. Shall I? No. I was going to pause it while I talked about this, but I don't think there's any point. So, okay, the vegetables, right? So let's take the vegetable route. Now, what happened was I set up a route to move vegetables from this barn here, right, to this barn here. Okay, and what it did was it moved all of the vegetables, because that's what it does. It moves everything from one to the other. And there's no way of controlling that. And we've got somebody else dying of hypothermia. Whereas the extended caravan mod allows you to control it a bit better. So, for example, we've got some vegetables in there. Right, so what I could do now that I've got this new one, scrap that, right, let's start again. And I'm going to say, I want a new route. Now, you need to start it from where you want the most stuff, right? So even though we're probably going to be shipping it mainly from here to here, because I want more stuff at this end, I need to start the route from this end. So I want to ship vegetables between these two barns, right? Then, having set that route up, if I go over here, now I can actually click on this stuff. Now, if I click on the number at this end, which is not responding. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I should have clicked on. Let's do that again. I clicked on the wrong one first. So, what was I doing? I was setting up a new route. Vegetables from here. I'm still getting used to it. Give me a break. Well, this one. All right. So, what I do? You click on this one to change the type of route that you want. Now, currently, it's an all-to-all from here to here. What we want is to change this. Now, this is a one-to-one from here to here. So it'll maintain 50% of the stock here, 50% of the stock here. Right? But in actual fact, we want to keep more of it over here. So if I click on this, I can change it to like 2-to-1. Right? But it's still only moving it from this direction to this direction. Right? Now, if I want it to actually balance it out, then if I click on it again, it'll give me a two-way route. So this will maintain a balance of 2-to-1 between these two barns. Now, you can also change them. Can I click on this? Yeah. So I can also set up routes which are like move a certain amount, like move 1,000 from here to here. Yeah. Or there's all kinds of options, and I'm not going to go through all of them. Primarily, this is the one that I'm going to be using, a certain ratio from one barn to another. And that kind of works. So, what we're going to do, as I said, we're going to knock down that. Good. We've almost knocked this down as well. Then we're going to put a castle barn in here. And then I'll have routes from my caravan stables here, bringing stuff into this barn, and then these two caravan stables will be responsible for bringing the stuff in and distributing it around the city. Cool, huh? Now I think I'm gonna need another caravan stables here. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm not gonna put it in until I know that I need it, but my guess is that it's gonna go there, and I'm going to have it that way round so that it doesn't look the same as that one, and have it probably in here. Maybe it moved over a little bit, so I don't know, maybe somewhere like there, and I think that'll look nice there, especially once I've finished terraforming this. It's taking me ages, this is, but I'm loving it. Right. And I tell you what, getting the economy set up. Oh, we've got our first windmill. Hooray! I'm going to have to do like a lot of changing around of stuff. And also I'm going to have to use fields to like get rid of the trees and things in certain areas. And wood is going to become a real issue. Like, I am going to have to move my foresters like further out now. My foresters are going to have to go into this kind of area. Well, I've got one there already, but this one's going to have to move out here. And then, yeah. And the same on this side, they're going to have to move. So that because we want to be able to see the windmills. And currently we can't. So we'll have to clear a bit of an area around them. So if we've got our foresters further out, we're going to have to use donkeys to move the logs to where they're needed. So this is why we're going to need lots and lots of donkeys for lots of donkey routes. I've actually got 5 donkeys in here ready to go. I haven't set up any routes yet. I was waiting for you guys. Oh, this is almost gone. One more bit. Come on, somebody do this quick. Here we go. And there we go. Right. Pause. And let's put in... Let's not pause it because it drives you guys crazy when I pause it. So we'll leave it running. Let's put in... What do I want? I want a castle barn, don't I? Castle barn. Castle barn. Flip it around. And then this is going to go... there. Yeah, there. Boom. Right, and then next to it, we're going to put in a lumberjack. which is going to go there, but it needs to be the right way around, which is that way. So that is going to go there. And like I said, that may get upgraded, may not. Kind of just depends how it looks. So this is an upgraded one. I'm thinking it probably will get upgraded to that, because I think that'll look quite good in the Barbican. Right. So once that gets built, I can start setting up my routes to ship stuff in here. So, and I'm going to be focusing primarily, I guess, on the bakers first, but also like secondary foods. And I need to. There's so much balancing: logs, firewood, charcoal, like iron. Like, where's iron going to come from? Well, if I'm going to produce iron in here, like cast iron. Now I've got this guy producing cast iron currently. Oh, and I've put you haven't seen this. I put in a little ore mine up here, and I thought that went in quite well there. Just slipped in there quite nicely. It's only it only had about like 3,500 ore, but I've just got one guy in there, and he's just producing enough to keep this this guy producing cast iron. And then now that we're producing cast iron, which I actually produced to finish like some of the railings and what was it? There was something over here that needed cast iron. I can't remember what it was. No, I can't remember, but there was something I put in over here that needed a little bit of cast iron. Maybe it was this lamp. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, like, okay, so he needs charcoal, right? Fine. So he's getting his charcoal from this kilner over here, but this kilner needs firewood. Well, where's that firewood going to come from? Now, do I want to create firewood in the city? Well, I could. But I think it would be better to use these guys to make the firewood and then ship the firewood into the city, right? And also the same with the charcoal. To ship the charcoal that's being made here into the city to keep the city warm. So this will be our little charcoal factory. The thing is, when you think about it, there are so many routes that need to be set up. Right, like eggs, for example. Where am I going to get eggs from? Now, am I going to have eggs in the city? Am I going to have chickens in the city? Now, that's something that I probably could do, like a little chicken coop somewhere, producing enough eggs for the bakers. Yeah, we could do that. We could maybe, I don't know, maybe have a little chicken coop over here somewhere. Right. Oh, another idea that I have got. This. Should I tell you about this, or should I just do it and then show it? I've got an idea for a stockyard, right? To actually have an area that's going to have some animal pens, some pigs, some cattle, some chickens, some sheep, and make it look like a market, like a cattle market, or a livestock market, which I think is going to be kind of awesome. Right, so what else can I do, kind of practically? I've got that windmill up and running. Have I got these two done yet? No, not yet. Oh, no, they must be. Yeah, that one's done. We're just waiting on... Oh, no, both of them are in. Oh, cool, sweet. So, we are going to want wheat for these two. So, pause for a second. We're going to need barns... So, and I want to use the barns kind of decoratively. So I'm thinking maybe we have a barn, flip this around. Then we have a barn there next to that one. Maybe line it up with that building there. Yeah, so let's have a barn there for that one. Well, to be honest, I should probably have leveled the terrain up a bit, but... Yeah, we'll live with it. If I need to change it, I'll change it. What the hell? So, if we have a barn there, and we have a barn here... Oh, no, I'm going to put the barn over this side. Yeah, because what I want is a field, a wheat field, or a corn field that's closest to this barn, and one closest to this barn. Yeah, so, see, if I put it over here, and then I put a wheat field here, it'll probably all go into this one. So we'll put it over this side. So let's make this slightly different. In fact, let's make this one different. Let's turn this one round that way and have it maybe there. Again, I'd love to change the terrain. Yeah, actually, no. I am gonna put it there just because of the terrain issues. It may get moved later. You know me. Okay, so if we did that like that, and then have let's see, fields. Now these don't need to be like that big just to supply a windmill. They don't like take that much. So I'm thinking like maybe something like that kind of size, 14 by 21, something like that. How was it? Yeah. If we do, let's make it. Start it a little bit further over there. So 15 by 26, 14 by 24. Let's make it like that's 4 workers. That's way too much. It's way too big. That's 2 workers. Even to be honest, that's probably too big. But yeah, we'll have excess grain. What the hell? Bang, put it in. So we'll have that field going on there, and we'll do one over here as well for this one. Which, yeah, I kind of want it in between. So let's have this. That's 2 workers. Let's do something like that, and then we can have some other fields around here because we've got to feed these guys as well. But I don't want too much going on, so I'm going to let that get built. Let's get those farms built. So that's going to be providing the grain for these 2 windmills. We also need to do the same for this one, but I'll do that offline. So that goes into the barn. We produce the flour. The flour goes back into the barn. Then I set up the donkey routes to ship the flour from those 2. So this is 2 routes to ship it into this barn. And then I'm going to have another 2 routes to ship the flour to... Well, to be honest, I'm probably going to ship it into like this market and this market. Is probably the best for the bakers. And then that's the flour done. Well, no, we've also got I've got to ship this flour in as well. But I think that flour is going one lot of flour is going to go in for these bakers, and then I need 2 producing flour. 2 windmills will feed 5 bakers, and we've got 5 bakers in here, so that will work out kind of nicely. So this guy will feed these 2 bakers down here. This one and this one. So that kind of works. And then, like once I've got this basic thing set up, and there goes the barn. Hooray! We've got the barn. Sweet. So now we can move this. We can get rid of this. Although, well, I mean, I could keep that, I suppose, for overflow. I've got my little stockpile there. I don't know. I'm going to have a think about that. I might get rid of that. But the thing is, I kind of like it. I think it's kind of cool. So yeah, I think we'll probably keep that. Hides is another thing. Another thing. Hides and flax. Like if I decided to move my weavers into the city, which I think might be like a cool idea. First of all, I've got to ship flax, wool, hides into the city, and then I've got to ship some of the clothes out here. And this is again why I would need to balance it. So yeah. And at the same time, I've still got tons of castle to build. I've got the moat to do. I've got to start thinking about the big castle, which we'll probably call High Castle. I've thought of a few names, like maybe we'll call it High Castle, maybe we call it something like Falcon's Rest, or I don't know. I'm trying to think of cool names like Hard Home and stuff like that, but I can't think of any. Game of Thrones have nicked all the good names. Autosave. Go away, autosave. Right, so. Oh, and the nice thing is that we've got like one aligned that way and one aligned that way. Yeah, we definitely need some more crops going on in here. And again, with the fishing village, what I'd like to do is move the crops outside the village and have the crop fields like out here and like out here. and condense the fishing village a little bit and just have it as a fishing village. Maybe still give them some animals and whatever in the village, but to move all the crop fields outside. What do you think of that idea? Well, that's the current plan. Okay, I think that's where we'll leave it for today. A bit of a short episode today. I've just got like so much to kind of get organised with all the routes and everything, and then hopefully next episode I should be able to like show you how I've got things organised. Hopefully we'll have the flower routes organised, and who knows, maybe even get the bakers producing in here. That would be awesome. And I can get on with a bit more terraforming and wall building and all of that kind of stuff, and then we'll do more cool things. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I will catch you for the next one. Peace out.